Greetings, Mike Slane, the discount property investor. Today I'm going to be playing with Rehab Estimator Pro, showing you guys what the newest tool we're adding to our tool belt, the Rehab Estimator Pro. And I wanted to answer a question. It looks like somebody has said they've added some comp tools in there, so I wanted to check that out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at one of Dave's videos. So I'm going to go through this, and we're going to watch his video, and while we do that, I will work Rehab Estimator Pro. So we have a pretty nice looking property here. I think even here I can do go a little faster on that one. All right, so we've got, and I'm just going to keep pausing and kind of interjecting on this one. So we've got an all brick house that Dave is walking through. Let's log into our account here. And I'm going to create a new property. So we'll add the address. And this is one that we recently closed on, and we are, I think that's 63109. Let's look it up. I think 63109. I was right. All right, let's add that one, 63109, and let's find it. Okay, so I'm finding the property. All right, so we've got just for reference here, what ARV you want to use for your calculations. Gotcha. So this is, I guess somebody had asked me about this, is how do you figure out what you want to use for the ARV? Well, I have not used this, but this is very, very cool. So this is Zillow's estimate is 167. ARV based on square foot. That's one that we commonly use. I like that. Okay, so let's look at what data they provide us. Got 86 solds. Let's see how this map looks here. Because this is pretty helpful if you're able to pull the comps. Okay, so that's just giving me the map. That's okay. We've also got sold dates here, which is helpful. Let's see. Oh, awesome. So it just tells me which ones do I want to save. So here's my subject. So here's how I would do it. I would find the... Oh, cool. And the yellow highlights, I guess, are indicating, hey, these are not super recent. All right, because these are not super close, not super recent. Something is off about them. Looks like the red is saying way off, 1-1. So it's smaller. Yeah, so I would look for comps within a quarter mile. It's sold within the past year. That's pretty standard. So I mean, there's a good comp for you. 22,000 square foot. Our subject property 22,000 square foot. So how do you do this? In this tool, it does not look like I'm going to be able to pull up and look at the pictures of Nagel or of Sunshine or any of them. So I can't see what these properties look like, but I can see their location and their stats. And that is going to give you a pretty good idea of how to run comps without even knowing the condition. If I pull all the high comps for something that's 2.2 within a quarter mile, that's going to give me an idea of what a property fixed up could sell for. I would eliminate your high ones and your low ones. I want kind of the median of the higher comps. I know that's kind of slightly confusing, but within a quarter mile, probably your 180 mark is what I'm seeing here. So I'm just going to select a couple of them and let's save it and see how it does for me. Okay, so now it gave me an ARV of 185. And that was based, I believe, on what I just did. Let's go back and see. Oh, confirm. And let's see how that looks. Good, it'll let me do it. Because it had 167. That's very cool. So then I believe that it was because I had pulled those other comps that it gave us that 185. So that's pretty slick. So let's try that again. Let's select a few comps and see what it comes up with. Yeah, and there's a lot to unpack here about why it's doing what it's doing. Let's try these and see what happens. Save those. And it gave us an ARV of 175. Great. Okay, so that is a pretty good idea of how to determine your comps using Rehab Estimator Pro, or at least that's how I would do it. So again, I'm looking at 175 to 185, and I believe you can just go in and modify this. You can, exactly. So this is the calculated ARV, so I would up it a little bit, maybe, because I saw some 220s in there. So I'll put it at 180, and it updates that for me. And now we're good to go. So we're back to that property walkthrough for Rehab Estimator Pro, trying to figure out how much it's going to cost me. So I'm already seeing it needs a clean out and it needs paint, and then I saw it needed light fixtures up here. Oh, let's hit play. And you can see the light fixture's gold, so we're going to need to replace that. So let's look at interior painting. Going to need the whole thing. Base it on the square foot. So we're going to spend about $3,000 there. That's great. Quick estimate, rather, to get that one done. Cool. All right, let's keep walking through and see what else we need to fix. Walking through. Okay, yeah, so this is a lot of stuff. And that's really all there is in the house. Okay, here we go. Bathroom. And I think he popped into the kitchen there. But the bathroom, you can see you've got the old tile. Decent, it looks like, condition, just older. So I can actually kind of cheat because I know what we did. Let's do that. Let's show you guys what we did to it. And here we go. Uh-oh, something broke. Let's see if Realtor.com. Here, MLS will give it to me. So you can see what we did. Where's our bathroom upstairs? It's going to be a nice white picture. Boom. Look at that. So this is a glaze type of paint that we put on there. So it's not a full, interior tile work, but it is a bathroom kind of fluff up. So how would you price that? How would you estimate your repairs on that one? Well, without doing it, it's kind of tough to come up with that. So I would go ahead and put $2,800. That is probably going to cover what we did. What we did is about $1,000 to get someone to come out and glaze it. Looks like we kept that existing vanity and put a new light fixture in. So yeah, I mean, $2,000 would definitely cover that. And I'm surprised. So Bill manages the rehabs, and in the rental, I might have even put down the peel and stick tile on this bathroom floor that just gives it a really kind of a new or updated look on it. Okay, so there's our before, there's our after, and I'm going to say we can do that for $2,800, and that's probably a little on the high side. But again, that's going to give you a good number to work with. All right, let's go back and see if we can see the kitchen here. Here you go. So we've got good wood floors, newer windows still. Looks like pretty decent countertops. And let's see what we ended up with here. Same thing, just cleaned it up. And then on this side of the kitchen, you couldn't see it before, but these were black. So all we had to do in here was paint these white, and now they match the other side. So it's a clean looking house. Again, this is a quick flip. This was one of our quickest ones. I think we did it in about 2 or 3 weeks. We also look at, you got new hardware. So again, it all matches, looks pretty nice. Not a full flip, but again, a quick cosmetic flip. So pricing on something like that, let's see, kitchen, we did full low end. Let's see what they, oh, we got to do a percentage. Yeah, so just painting the cabinets and everything, I mean, I'm going to say 50%. So about $2,000, we probably can fix that up easily. All right, let's keep going on this one. On our property walkthrough, Dave got us through to the bathroom. Here's the bedrooms here. So again, they really just need paint and light. Oh, I'm going to click back. Try to see if Dave pans up. I'd like to see the ceiling, because again, that's something else. The ceiling fans I know we're going to replace, and we're going to paint everything in here. So we've already done the paint on Rehab Estimator Pro. All right, so here we go. Look at this. This is a big clean out more than anything else. Let's make sure that we've got clean out on here, because that is something a lot of people, when they're newer, just underestimate the true cost of getting those dumpsters and having someone remove all that stuff, or doing it yourself. Even if you just do it yourself, a 40-yard dumpster costs around $400 to have dropped off at your location. And then it also is going to, if you go over a certain weight, they're going to charge you extra on that as well. Now, that's pretty difficult with, just mostly residential stuff, but you never know. If there's a lot of books in there, super heavy stuff, you could go overweight. A lot of times on our roofs, when we tear off roofs, we do go overweight. Okay, so dumpsters, I thought it was on other here. Line items, no. Miscellaneous others here, it must be on this one. So dumpster, 40-yard rental. Let's see what they've got in here. $500 each. It's a good price. Okay, so let's go ahead, and this one, I mean, I know that's probably at least 2 40-yard dumpsters, so there's $1,000. Demo, I'm going to use that as clean out. So let's go ahead and put one. Let's see what that does. $750. It's pretty good. Let's put 2 on there. $1,500. So now we're talking about $2,500 just to clean out the property, and that is a pretty reasonable price. I mean, given all the stuff that's in here. All right, so let's keep on going. All right, so that is $49.59 Sunshine. Yeah, so even Dave is saying very minimal there. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got and see what all we have. Let's calculate offers. Boop. Yeah, this is the cool stuff, though. Here's where it gets really cool. So if you look at repairs are about $12,000. That's good. Let's look at PDF for contractor, PDF for investor, PDF for, here, let's look at this one, PDF for seller. Offer details, seller net. Let's just generate a PDF. Beep. So super, super quick, and this is one of the real strengths that this offer, that Rehab Estimator Pro does. So we both agree. So you can go into the seller and say, hey, listen, we agree this thing's probably going to be worth about 180. And what did we have it priced at? 180. That is pretty good. I honestly did not look at that ahead of time. So again, you have it priced at 180. Then you got to do your profit or your percent of ARV. So you got to take off 20% for that. Closing costs 10%. This is a lot of people. This is your 70%. So again, a lot of people use an MAO formula. They'll take the ARV times 0.7 or 70%. And that's what this is right here. 20% profit and 10% of the cost is going to be closing costs. So then we've got minus holding costs. We've got 6 months of holding cost. This is a little lengthy on this one because, again, it's a little bit lighter rehab. Minus your repairs, $12,000 in repairs. That's probably pretty accurate. And then here, it brings you down to your cash offer. So that is Rehab Estimator Pro. Look at this. Here's the scope of work. I think this was for the contractor or for us maybe. And the seller net sheet. There's not enough data on that one because we didn't fill out everything. All good. Very cool. All right, guys, that is Rehab Estimator Pro, using the walkthrough and how to kind of evaluate the comps. Again, not the most detailed video I could do on that, but that is the first time I've looked at it and played with it. Again, where I'm running my comps, I'm using Propstream. So if you want to go check that out, I'll send you a link. I think we get a little bit of a discount if you use the link that we use. So go ahead and follow that one. All right, thanks for watching. Hit me up if you have any other questions. Okay, on second thought, I want to go in and see what we spent on 4959 Sunshine, and I should be able to do that in my Google Drive. 4959 Sunshine rehab expenses. Our budget was 11,000. Holy smokes. Look at that. Budget was 11. Total cost right now is at 9, and it looks like we are probably missing a few days worth of data, but that is pretty darn close to what we had planned on spending with Rehab Estimator Pro. Very cool. Wow. 11,000 is what we had as our, this was just our off the cuff, what we had estimated. And here's what Rehab Estimator Pro did. Very cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.